Hey guys, I'm Noah Hunt. Thanks for joining us. Sometimes when you think of theater, you think of maybe mediocre school and church plays, but for Cailey Mize, it's a different story. Cailey, tell us a little bit about theater for you.
Theater for me, I guess it's kind of special to me in a way that it's kind of a symbiotic relationship that you don't necessarily always get with other forms of media, because you can be in a live performance situation and you can get the feedback of the audience, and as an actor you can feed off of that. And then also, I mean, I'd be lying if there wasn't this sense of pleasure that you get as an actor when you're performing and you feel like maybe hopefully what you're performing is landing or resonating with someone, and it might mean something to them. It might be something that they needed to hear that day. So that's what theater means to me.
Awesome. And you grew up in Gulf Shores, Alabama.
I
So
did.
what is the culture of theater in Gulf Shores, Alabama?
To be honest, as of right now, there's not much of a theater culture there. It's just a small community theater that I grew up performing in. The entire coastal area, like around Mobile, there's a little bit more of a blossoming theater culture there. But as far as Gulf Shores, it's mainly just that small little community theater that I pretty much called home until I came here. So, yeah.
Cool. So being that that's not really this big blossoming culture there, what was really your start into theater?
My start into theater was my best friend, Savannah. She had gotten me somehow to sing in front of her at one of her birthday parties, and she just looked at me and said, "You need to be doing theater. I don't know what you're doing, but you need to be doing theater." And she had done a couple of plays at SBCT at that point, and so she dragged me to one of the auditions for The Jungle Book, the musical, one summer, and I got cast as Wolf #2. But yeah, once I did that show, I was bit. The bug was strong, and I was there doing sometimes 2 or more shows a year at SBCT. So I enjoyed it a bunch.
So you've been doing this for a long time. You grew up in Gulf Shores, and now you're here in college, and you're pursuing theater, and you want to make this part of your life and your career. Was there ever a moment for you where you felt like, I can't do this, this isn't for me, and you really wanted to give up and thought maybe it's just too much?
Actually, I think it was probably the opposite experience for me, because growing up, when I started getting into theater, I loved it so much. I knew it was pretty much the only thing that I really wanted to pursue. And I came from like a family who were entrepreneurs, and they had their own successful businesses, and they didn't go to college, and so they were never one of those parents that pushed me to get a college degree. They were like, you can do whatever you want to do. But whenever I said I wanted to do theater, they were like, oh, you can do anything but that.
Right.
And once I told them that I was really serious and it was something I was really passionate about and wanted to pursue completely, they eventually came around and started being supportive, and they've seen every single show, and yeah, things did a full 180, but yeah, they've been supportive as of late.
That's good. Well, that seems to be a common trend. It's either when you tell someone you want to get into theater and acting and dancing, that it's either, well, mate, why don't you try to get a real job, whatever that is.
I had so much to prove to my parents that I knew that this is what I had to stick to my guns about it. So there was never a point where I was like, I don't think I can do this.
That's good.
Yeah.
So for then, on this last question, I'd like to ask you, what is your 10-year goal? I know people hate that, but for you, what would you like to see in 10 years from now? Where are you at?
I've kind of said it before. I think for me, so many people being a theater major want to tell you that you shouldn't be majoring in theater. You should major in something that's going to make you money. And so I think you should just you should just do what you're passionate about. So, but yeah. Anyway, yeah.
That's good. All right, well, this is Cailey Mize, and I'm Noah Hunt. Thank you guys so much for joining us.